Blink and you'll miss it, but Nannygoat Hill in Sydney's inner west occupies a special place in our history. 50 years ago, it was a battleground as residents and environmentalists fought to stop it being blasted for landfill for Sydney Airport. The ABC was there in 1967 and was invited back today, half a century on, for a commemorative march on Nannygoat Hill. Philippa McDonald reports.
This is the site where 400 Earlwood residents are preparing their stand, with 1,000 more backup troops from the Earlwood Progress Association.
Even before the 1970s green bans, there was the battle for Nannygoat Hill. And it stood the test of time. The view of the hill is now almost obscured by foliage, an oasis just a couple of kilometres from Sydney Airport. But it took an almighty fight and a march on Nannygoat Hill for this rocky bush outcrop to be saved. Over boulders they climbed, dressed in their finest.
Oh, that's a good one, Mum.
Maureen and Trisha's mother, Mary Muntz, a dressmaker, took part in the march, and today they did the same.
Back then I just couldn't imagine my mum doing it, and when I saw that film I saw all the neighbours and I thought, wow, you know, they were really sort of back in those days looking into the future.
The hill is a rugged outcrop of sandstone and tickbush, 200,000 cubic yards altogether, which the developers apparently reckon can be wiped from the landscape in 9 months of blasting, bulldozing and trucking.
The residents' activism forced the local council to abandon its plan to flatten the hill for landfill.
We live just opposite the hill, and we'd be lucky if we had a wall left intact by the time they finished blasting, I would say.
I took petitions around to people's homes to have signatures on it to object to brambles coming and taking the rock away from here.
And you were only 12?
Yes, yes.
There's a lovely sandstone plateau in the Wolli Creek Reserve.
It's a victory celebrated in song and remembered in the fashion of the day.
I think people feel a bit powerless at the moment, and it's a bit discouraging, and they take things for granted maybe and don't realise that a lot of our spaces in Sydney have been fought for and we're losing them now.
And what better place to remember than back where it all began.
So who wants Nannygoat Hill to still be here in another 50 years?
Philippa McDonald, ABC News.